But there's one in the giveaway. How's that possible? Something's wrong. Half up here, half up there. Well, I want to show you that something fun too. It's not all being negative. I gotta minimize. My seller tools, no, they're on. Oh, thank you, Beach Baby. It could be me going like this. Hold on, BK, it's still four? That's rule number one in I hate things like I'm not, rule number one, starting your stream. Robbie Rocket, old school. Mama hippie. It's still not good. It sounds like you were far away in the bottom of bottle. Beach Baby, thank you. Let's fix that. Anyone else hear what Beach Baby hears? And thank you, Beach Baby. I was gonna wear the mic. Maybe I should get the microphone. Check 1, 2. What is it? What's up, one selling? How do I sound? Ready? Hold on. I finally found the deal. I don't know why I did that. Of a lifetime. What's up, Arnai? How does it sound, one selling? That's an old joke. Terrible. Don't move. Thank you guys. Oh man, can you tell that half my face is sunburned and the other half is not, or maybe it's getting better now. I might have fallen asleep outside because I didn't feel well, and I was like, the sun will heal me. I think people really used to think the sun was God. They used to think all these things about the sun, right? So I think the sun heals me. But it really did feel good to be out there. I got the little GI Joe bug for my kids. Horrible, man. Horrible. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure your kids are brushing their teeth, washing their hands. You can't do anything about it though. It's the Nova, was it norovirus? I think. I didn't have it so bad. Other people in my family, it's bad. Anyway, back to what we're going to talk about. There was tap bait for you. It should be called tap bait, by the way, just like it should be called round team. The pro golfer look. There we go, one selling. Well, I always wear this, and then look, I have my error shirt. It's a one of one variant. Springer Collectibles, too low on the chest T-shirt. I didn't want to wear anything loud, you know. But yeah, it was too low. I think I clicked and dragged, and I did it wrong. I should have been like up here. They should have warned me, the design team, whatever that company was that I bought it from. So now it's like a logo belly shirt. It's not good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the reason, you know, I want to wait till more people come in to talk about what I said not to ever do, and it's because this happened to me recently, where I received a package from the seller. What's up, iRock? Thank you again for your patience. And I did pop in your stream last night. I'm actually going to that warehouse today so I can complete your order. So I appreciate. I love when people are reasonable people. iRock. Thank you for understanding. I sell out of a couple different locations. That one's a half an hour away. Thank you guys. Follow iRock Vintage. This is a great way also to follow other sellers. And something's wrong with the. By the way, if you're selling today, something's wrong with the people count, the viewer count, because it's 17 on the desktop, 12 here. Thank you, iRock. Yeah, make sure you can shout out any shows you're doing, guys. This is also a great place that we talk about like how to improve your shows. I get ideas from you guys. You get ideas from me. I had, who was it? Blue Doc, I think, recently, a new seller, was nice enough to shout out that one of my little silly tricks helped him out when he was in a bind. He was his tripod didn't work, right? And your work, yeah, your counts have been messed up today. I think they must be doing some updates to the app. It seems like because it looks like there was some photo updates, so that can happen. Make sure your apps are updated. I should have probably done that too. And guys, check out my silly little notepad there. I don't know if I even see the notepad. You can find the rest of the shows and subscribe on YouTube, Instagram. But the idea about back to what I said, a Blue Doc took a tape roll like this, maybe a bigger one, a 3-inch, and he put the phone in there and it saved him because his tripod was no good. So this is like a backup tripod, like a nice big fat tape roll will do you good. Karma, I got something cool to show you if you stick around. I got an Atom Bomb OS1 that I'm trying to figure out what to do with it and have it as some sort of big prize in the show. Yes, that's right. You're the bomb collector. You're like probably the biggest atom bomb collector that I know, maybe at least on this app at the very least. Welcome, Karma. Guys, follow Karma while you're here too. Great seller. Eskimo AUB, congratulations. What do you collect, Eskimo? Let me know what you collect, and we're gonna get to the tap bait in a second. Do you collect like little tiny igloos? What do you collect, Eskimo? Like little bears from Coca-Cola commercials from the 90s? It still says 12. All right. It could be Pokemon, G.I. Joe, Garbage Pail Kids, sports cards, whatever you like. We're going to try to raid the official Whatnot Sellers stream soon, too, guys, in about a half an hour, unless they change their time. They should be on at 12. What's going on Flipping in the Valley? All right, well, Eskimo, usually I default to Pokemon if I don't hear back from what you guys collect. But thank you, Eskimo, for winning the first giveaway. All right, you guys could probably get sports cards. Sweet. You have a team that you like, or a player, or an era. I like to get it, as close to what you like as possible, so I'm not just perfect. Dallas. I'm gonna have some Dallas Cowboys earrings. I don't know if you want to, or I could do cards. Barry Sanders. I might have some Emmitt Smith, maybe some Leon Letts. Maybe there's a picture of Don Beebe knocking the ball out of Leon Letts' hand. Would you like that one? Or maybe it's Cowboys Mavericks. Ooh, how about a Luka Doncic? Or would you rather have who was like a really bad? Remember you used to play like NBA Jam and you couldn't play with Dallas because they were the worst. Who did Dallas have? They were so bad in NBA Jam. If any of my '90s video game people are here. Cowboys, perfect. How about them? That's easy. There's so much Cowboy stuff. High end, low end, every end. All right, so it still says 12. We're not going to worry about that. My eyes are so used to focusing on a number for some reason. I don't know when that started. I used to not worry about the number. That's a good quick tip. Stop worrying about the number so much. It's good to know about the number, but it's almost better to put a little piece of tape on that number, to be honest with you. Just run the show like you would if there was 100 people in here, right? But then again, I like to second guess myself during these. I like to be what is it when you're a contrarian? I like to contrarian myself. That's weird, right? Like, well, that's true, John, but if there was 3 people in here, then you might really cater to those 3 people, and you wouldn't act like there's 100 people, and that's a whole different way of bringing yourself to the show. So whatever, just do your thing, sell good product. NBA Jam was it was karma. NBA Jam was way ahead of its time. He's on fire, but I wish I could remember who the Dallas players were or the Mavericks. They were terrible. But okay, so you can probably guess what my clickbait was. And I don't like to call. I don't call out sellers. I don't do all that. I do no drama. Boom shakalaka. No drama. I don't even leave bad reviews. Maybe that's not a good thing. I'd rather maybe I will contact the seller and say something to them like, do you know you're doing this? But okay, but here's the craziest thing. Who wants to guess what I'm going to say? What you should never do as a seller ever. And this is not during the stream. This is after shipping the product. This is going to be obvious. And I never know where to look. My eyes are going up, because I'm not used to being in front of the camera. But I never bash another seller ever. All I do is talk up other sellers. Period. So I'm actually worried if I say it somehow they're gonna figure out who I bought from. That's impossible. So Ram, welcome. And the weird thing about this package. So does anyone want to take a guess what the thing is? What you should never do? Well, that's true. I did that last night as a joke, Carmen. You would have enjoyed it. I pretended I became a shoe seller when I was, when the things weren't selling what they should have been selling at. Mistreat the products you're selling, fair enough. But I did it in a funny. I turned the trap rap on you. Watch my past shows. I think they're kind of funny on YouTube also. Some of them in context. Yeah. So okay, you're kind of close. But if you got something in the mail from a seller, not just on here, on any platform, if you got something from eBay and you opened it up, what's the one thing you'd be like, no? Like I wanted to throw the fucking package, like in the garbage. I was like, I don't want to give it away. And I just figured someone would get it by now. I was stripping the package down to its bare bones so I could get to the heart of the product. No, that's good though too. No, those are good guesses. These are all great things. These are all on the board on Family Feud. Let's see, cardboard. That's number 5. No. How about packaging's horrible? I love that. I love that voice. Like when they do that. Leave bad feedback. Well, that's fantastic, Widget, and thanks for joining, Widget. I guess I'm not giving the best clue on what you should do as a seller. But you shouldn't send items that smell like smoke, like cigarette smoke. It's like the most obvious one, I think. That's the number 1 answer on the board. How in the world can you sell here or any platform and have your items smell like smoke? How is that possible that I should just go. Usually I'm like control myself and I just try to be, politically correct, but I want to go off about this. I want to be angry about this because it shouldn't be allowed. So many times I have unwrapped bubble wrap and it reeks of cigarette smoke. Exactly, Beach. So this has happened to me on eBay, right? And like it is, or Macari, and it is what it is. And I bought stuff like to sell to Joe guys, and I literally disinfected every single piece of plastic, changed every rubber band, so there'd be nothing left of the remnants of the cigarette smoke. But here's the weird thing about this order is it was packed like perfect. Somebody like it was amazing. They overpacked it perfectly. It was professionally packed. They put a freebie in there, and then I opened it up and I was like, oh, oh, and man, I'm oversensitive to cigarette smoke, but I was so mad, and I just ripped all the packaging, got rid of it, threw it in the garbage, and you get that woof in your face. I guess they don't realize it, widget, but I almost want to tell Whatnot like maybe it's not politically correct or something, but they should say like if you smoke cigarettes, you can't do that around your product. Like if you receive something from, let's say, I don't know where you order from, J Crew. My wife J Crew came to mind. Yeah, Nike. You order something from Nike. Would you expect to get a Nike hat or shoes that smells like cigarette smokes? Cigarette smoke ever? Of course not. Don't smoke while packing. I mean, it's really sickening to do something like that. And the weird, again, it was packaged so professionally too, which is so strange. I mean, I could go on and on about this, I guess, but I'm sure you guys have had that experience. And that's when you would go to leave a terrible review. So I wonder if that's happening. They should have an awareness at that point. Wow, I should probably disinfect the room or keep the products away from the cigarettes. Go outside and smoke. I mean, I don't want to talk about smoking; it's a whole other thing. The same building, it's going to smell. Yeah, it is. So especially like clothing, trading cards. I got some cards once that reached when I opened up. I didn't leave a bad review, but I haven't bought it. Exactly, Karma. I wonder if it's Karma. I'm gonna have to send you a message. I wonder if it's the same. Was it on here? Or it could be an old thing. But I couldn't believe it. I was just, it was. Yeah, I'll send you a message up on that one. But guys, any other experience with that? That's what I wanted to come live just to talk about that. Usually we do like Q and A's. We talk about like good practices, best practices. Actually, that's what Whatnot Seller is going to be. Whatnot Seller is the official one. They're going to be talking about best practices. So make sure you tune into that at 12. I'm going to raid them. Let's do another giveaway. And I would love to hear like some of the things that maybe you've been here before. Have you guys been to my Q and A's before? Let me know. Let's see. Beach Baby, thanks for participating. On those purchases, I've gone into my account and unfollowed that seller. I wish Whatnot had a note section for buyers so we could mark the sellers. Beach Baby, that's a great idea. Wow, I wonder if they know that. Like, because there's so many sellers now that you forget. Like, I found a really good Pokemon seller recently, and he does come to my feed, but it's hard to remember, right, Beach Baby? So like, if you can take a little note right now, oh, Springer, he does the Q&As, or he's a GI Joe guy, or whatever it is, so you remember. Or oh, cigarettes, stay away from that one. What a great suggestion. I'm assuming they're working on something like that, but if not, go into that best practices Q&A and definitely say something to them. That's a brilliant idea. And I like that. Like I don't, just unfollow. What are you gonna do? You don't want their product again. It made sense why he sounded like he was out of breath. Karma. We're talking about the same thing. Roadster. You're right. Two different sellers from the app I buy from are smokers, and one is a good friend. I've received a few items thinking of smoke now. See, one seller would be interesting because he's your good friend to ask him if he knows that he's doing that, and does he know the repercussions? You know what I mean? Let's see. What's C-Boy's mom said? Nope, first time. Oh, thanks for coming, C-Boys. This is the 14th or 15th time I've done one of these. I've been selling on here since June 2021. I'm always learning. You guys should always be learning. I didn't come from any type of. I'm gonna be 46. Like this is not my world. I just decided I'm gonna start. Once I streamed so much, I did like 2,000 shows or something. 1,000 hours of streaming last in the first year, something like that. And always behind the camera. And I grew an audience of GI Joe collectors accidentally. And then I figured, why not just talk about some of the things that I experienced in the app that could help you guys, and then we learn a lot from each other. So, and I do, I've had a long old corporate background, an entrepreneurial background, and I'd love to work for Whatnot. So, like doing things like this, I hope shows them that I would be an asset for them once I talk to the right people. So I think I'm going to keep doing this and grinding, and giving you guys free info and talking to you guys. I think other sellers do this too, but I like to be transparent. Like I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing a little bit for me. I'm doing it for. I like the content it creates. Also, I think there's a lot of good conversation that comes out of this, and it's good for me to talk about this stuff with you guys. And honestly, like every week I've done this, I've learned something new myself from you guys. I never leave a bad review, even if it's broken. Just won't buy again. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to let the seller know if they made a mistake. Like I've shipped 25,000 items, and there's probably been a couple times where things have gone wrong and broken, at least that I know about. And that happened recently. One of my best buyers too, one of the most complimentary buyers. I sent something and we made a mistake. Like we didn't wrap it well, which is kind of ironic and embarrassing that that happened since I do shows like this and I talk about the best like practices for shipping and how to ship and how to package things properly so they don't break. And I have this amazing part-time shipper and she's awesome and she just messed up. Like we don't normally ship like these statues, right? She thought she did a good job wrapping it and I would have done a lot more. And it's a mistake. And thankfully the buyer didn't ding me. We talked about it and I told him I'd fix it for him. So that was a big deal. That happened a couple times where something like that happened, and that's why I put a little note in the package saying, if something's wrong with your order, please reach out to me first. Hold on, let me catch up with the chats. I hate missing chats. I never leave a bad. Okay, that's always my policy. Is every chat gets answered. What would you do if the seller takes so long to ship items and waiting for 13 days and says USPS waiting for package? That's a tough one, R and I. That is a long time. Usually, I think Whatnot intervenes. There could be a lot of reasons there. I would just send them a message and just say, here's my order. This is when I placed it. Please give me an update. I would just start there, the most simple way possible. It is possible if they just made a mistake and missed it. It's possible that USPS didn't scan it. Maybe they lost it. Maybe they just slipped through the cracks. And that's not an excuse, but I would reach out to them and see what's going on first. And hopefully it's a good seller. They'll get back to you and they'll take good care of you. Let's see. R&I Bargain sounds like a seller. R&I Bargains. I would recommend adding a little profile about you. I think it's always good to have a little profile about who you are and what you sell or what you collect. Hallow, thanks for coming in, buddy. Okay, Beach Baby. I hate to be critical and complain to Whatnot. They are excellent. Me too. They're excellent at reimbursing an item arrives broken. I'm scared I would jinx it. I think their customer service is second to none. It is top notch. And did we get a raid? We're at 32. Did I miss a raid? Thank you, Hallow. Their customer service is phenomenal. They use Zendesk, I believe, which is a CRM. So it allows them to have tickets, and your questions should never go unanswered based on that because their agents are going to have to follow up with those tickets. It's kind of an automated thing. They probably have canned checks they use, and because I implemented a system in my old company. So it's incredible that they use that one. It's a great choice. Giveaway is about to go right now, and I've never had a bad experience with Whatnot's customer service. It's only been perfect. The winner is reselling everything. Check out reselling everything too, guys. Reselling everything. Do you actually collect anything? Or you just sell, right? They always claim smoke outside, not around toys. Of course, one selling. Well, they're wrong. You should tell your friend. There's more and more of these each day, says C-Boys. Oh, more and more of these types of things that I'm doing? Very helpful. Oh, interesting, C-Boys. I wonder, that's interesting. Well, that's good. Can't be a bad thing. Much appreciated. I got approved to be a seller, but haven't started my first day. Oh, Artsel. You've seen me before. I'd love to hear any questions you have as a new seller. That's always fun to answer those kind of questions. Collector Joe's, Transformers, Thundercats, Marvel, and DC figures. Definitely, Artsel, plan your shows. Start putting them in there so you can start getting bookmarks. And even if you have to move the show forward, I think it's fine. If anyone has questions about that practice, let me know. I think that was a little sketchier when the app started because people rely on you to have a show. And if you changed it, that was a big letdown. Now there's thousands and thousands of shows happening all the time. I mean, that's how I look at it. What would you do if a seller takes? Oh, yeah, I read that one. We are all humans, C-Boy. Yes, I agree. Skylar Anderson got some Pokemon coming up, and also try to know your buyers if you can. Like I know Skylar likes Pokemon. I always like to look at the little emoticons to see what they collect. Welcome, a Corvo. You ship quickly and carefully. Yes, Deanna's Jewelry. Well, I mean, you're doing jewelry too. Yeah, quick is the best thing. I wish mine still said 1 day. It says 2 days right now, but you know that fluctuates depending on how much help I have. Deanna's Jewelry and things. Oh, my tripod is not helping me. My name is Deanna. I love fashion and jewelry. I've been an avid reseller for 3 years. Modern and vintage clothing, purses, jewelry. Follow me. I'll follow back. And you have a show coming up tomorrow at 8. Random pulls. Check it out, guys. Random pulls with Deanna. Let's see. I hate using not using the desktop to do questions. Hold on. Read the reviews before you participate. Hold on, I missed something. I unfollowed and don't. Oh, before you participate on the stream. Good idea. Carmelots knows. Guys, Carmelots knows how to ship too. I was really impressed with how Carmelot ships cards. He knows exactly what he's doing. He probably has 5 stars. Probably never had an issue with his orders, which is brilliant. Good recommendation says. Did I get a raid or we just started to grow more people? Oh no, now we're down again. That was weird. The numbers are all over the place. Now the app says 23 and the desktop says 21. What do you guys see? Sounds good. We'll do that. Says R&I. Yeah, R&I. I would like to hear what happens. Whatnot customer service is the best. Yep, I'm so behind on chats. My goodness. Help me out. Where's Hallowed? I need help. Hold on. Let's see. Allow to moderate. Thank you, Hallowed. You collect money. Yes. I'll send you. Hold on. Hold on. Do I have money? I got something in my pocket. Always see what's in my pocket. It's like our little game. Here, reselling. Oh, I can't wait to read that. I rock. Hold on. I'm scared. 1950. What? A nickel? There's money. Number's so weird. The viewer count issue was an issue a while, but today, let's reread everybody's stuff. Rose, okay, 21. No raid. Okay, thank you guys. We're gonna raid in about 15 minutes. Thank you, Widget. That's Widget of Remix, right? Roadster, thanks for joining. Hallowed, thank you. Okay, Nanny Poo. Show today at 5:30. Let's see what Nanny Poo does. Never touch the phone like I'm doing, by the way. I always do the things that I tell you not that we shouldn't do, and I do them. I don't know. Learning the ropes of online selling. Avid collector of everyone else's junk. Retired wife, mother, and nana trying to earn enough to enjoy life. What a fantastic profile, by the way. Let's see. Is your first show? You got some shows already planned out. You got today at 6:30. I like your little like thumbnail there. Unboxing the totes. What will we find? What a great title. Everything about that's great. You should get a lot of bookmarks. You already have 16, Nanny Poo. I mean, everything about it. That's maybe what your grandkids call you. So like, you're already winning right now, Nancy. I mean, to me, not that I know what perfect profile, I think. So what do you sell? We don't know. I guess what will we find? We don't know. But if you kind of know, let everybody know, and they'll check you out. Let's see. I always see different view counts. Yep. Still trying to catch up. Let me go over here and catch up. Thanks, Howard. Karma, I'm gonna grab that Adam Bombson. I collect money. How funny! I thought you meant by selling, you just collect money. Yeah, he did. he's always making little jokes. He's a jokester. Yep. Nip. Welcome back. Good to see you, buddy. I sell everything and anything, says Nanny Poo. Cool. Let's see. If I'm going off topic, I don't go off topic this one, but how do sellers go about, no, Corva, I'm always off topic, but how do sellers go about sourcing specific items? Not talking about storage shows, but like with Joe's. Great question, El Corvo. I'd love to hear from other Joe sellers. Honestly, like for me during the pandemic, I was just buying like a madman. I was connecting with collectors on Facebook because if I buy in bulk, it was easier for me to get a good enough deal to be able to resell it. And I would play games and I would do all these things to make sure there was enough margin. And I was also, just buying big lots of whatever I could find on Facebook, eBay, and I would buy large lots. And I got lucky a lot with like the huge lots because you pick through and you find the right small, what is that? Okay, small items. You know what I'm talking about, haha. And then I had collectors that would reach out to me if they got a big lot, and they would just push that lot off to me and take what they wanted. Just out in the wild, that kind of stuff. And then I started connecting with toy stores and things like that. But mostly, I was just hustling on my own. And a lot of the Joe Bros in the shows were connecting me with people that had stuff for sale. So I was getting really lucky with that and just finding really big lots. Let's see. Look at Marketplace and never find anything near me. Oh, Corvo, I know what you mean. Believe me. I will never walk into a Goodwill again. I say that every time, and then because you see people getting these amazing things at Goodwill, and I go into Goodwill, and I hate myself after I leave a Goodwill because I'm like, why did I just? Because the time is everything, guys. Like your time is so freaking valuable, as you all know. So to waste any time, it's not about Goodwill. It's just about going anywhere where I waste time. I get it sucks. It sucks. Let's see. That was my Ralph Macchio. I missed some of the chats. I want to go back. I hate missing chats. Showed it at 5:30, 92. I always see different viewer counts. I collect money. How funny. All right, catching up. Okay. So yeah, El Corvo. I mean, storage, all that kind of stuff, and also like, I work with the guy that has like all this overstock stuff too. I'm going to his warehouse today. So there's a bunch of different ways, I'd say. I've had one bad review, but Whatnot reversed it. Nice. Guy cut through a bubble mailer and cut the corner off of a $2 red. Eesh. Nice. That was good. See, he got to take ownership on that on his end. The app's holding for life. It's been super laggy lately. Reselling, I love it, man. Reselling 12 more minutes till we raid them. So I've looked at Marketplace, never found anything. I'm just lucky. Honestly, El Corvo, a lot of the guys in the streams found me some of the best deals I ever got. It's crazy. Virginia Goodwill never has anything. I'm in Maryland. Yep. I think you're right, reselling. I think Goodwill is also about timing. They probably know when stuff comes in, right? Lieutenant Corn, welcome. Why? So they can tell they are working on it. Dude, they've done stuff. Reselling. I gotta go against you on this one. The amount of stuff that they've done to this app is mind blasting. I never thought that they would have built this so quickly and scaled so fast. and added so many features I didn't even know I needed. So I just have to say that. I understand there's definitely glitches and there's definitely glitches that have affected me big time. They still can't. Shipping is one of the hardest things on the backside to figure out. So I mean, I think it is. There's just so many variables too, and then you have to rely on the users to do things right. So I wonder what happens behind the scenes there, like behind the it's easy for every company. I think it looks like it's easy. That's like the Wizard of Oz thing. If you went back to any company, like I used to be part of a company I used to run, and everything looks good on the outside, and then all the things that are happening and all the tape that's holding everything together and all the little problems that happen. And I think that goes for even the biggest companies out there, honestly, because it's just humans at the end of the day, right? But I know what you mean. Like, I guess if you look like Amazon or somebody like that, like they're not worried about any of that kind of stuff. But I think they're going to get better at all that stuff. Easy for every company. And I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just giving my opinion. Goodwill also has their own auction site. You're right. I think that really made a difference for Goodwill. Oh, also El Corvo. I've been buying a lot lately from this local auction house that's out in the middle of nowhere, so I can drive there, and they have great stuff, but it's not so mainstream. So I can go there and I can view the lots. Like we just picked up. Oh my god, I can't wait to show you guys what we picked up. Your sports collector picked up binders and binders of autographed Hall of Famers, and like since I was able to go to the auction site and do a preview of everything, I was able to see more than what they showed in the pictures. So for example, there was one album that had Warren Spahn's autos in there, and they only showed like 18 of his autos. And I looked through the book and I filmed it with my phone so I remember, and there was 40 Warren Spahn autographs. So if you weren't at the auction house, you would not know that. So look for auction houses. Let's see. I can't wait to show you guys this stuff I got. It's crazy. The video receipt is still the best upgrade one that's added. Roaster, could not agree more. Widget, I wish there were templates for shows that you could save. Tell me more about that widget. How do you mean? Like for products? Because they kind of have that. Like, I would love to hear an example, would you? I think we have a solution here. Hold on. It's not that hard to open up UPS, FedEx, shipping to all. I'm sure they're working on that. Because then there's behind the scenes negotiating on pricing. Because then you have different price points of UPS and FedEx and different rules. I don't get how to set up shipping profiles. Shipping profiles, I haven't really messed with that much, but I think it's really easy. I think you can do it in the app. And one of the newer sellers gave me a little trick. I don't know if it works, but he said you can customize the ounces, so it's not just 1 to 3 ounces or 4 to 7. You can make it 4 ounces, and I think that might help your sellers. That's actually a great tip he gave. I think you could do it in the app. Does anyone know exactly? I think you do it in the app under your seller hub. You should be able to do it. And in 9 minutes, Whatnot sellers will probably go over that because they're going to be doing best practices 92. Never thought about auction houses. Like if you can find a local auction house like that, High Bid, Live Auctioneers was another one. Estate Sales. I think Live Auctioneers is one of the best apps too. But see if you can find local ones. If they have their own website, then it's a huge plus. Like this one that I found, I'll tell you what it's called. It's B&B Auctions in Westminster, Maryland. It's just like there's a million of those like that. And if you live in like Virginia, I'm sure you'll find tons like that. Texas, California, I'm sure you guys have like too many. Like same thing with storage auctions or storage units. I can't find any storage units ever, and they're a big risk. But hired just to defend them, sure. I'd love that reselling. I'd love to. That'd be amazing. Like no, here's what I'm doing. The glass half. That's my title. Is glass half full guy. Hold on. Still learning 92. This is iRock. But yeah, I think the auction houses I was saying would be a plus. Of course, I think I lost my train of thought. But yeah, oh yeah, storage units. Like storage units. That's such a. I'm always amazed by what some people find in those and where they're finding them. Like locker blockers, for example. They seem to just find these massive storage units with all this good stuff. And I've seen other sellers find this stuff too. I don't know where they find this stuff. Honestly, it's good for them. I mean, amazing. Okay, widget creating shows. If you have a regular show, you could create multiple. Oh my God, of course you can, widget. Of course you can do that. They added that a long time ago. It's amazing. So when you add a show on the app, I don't know if I wonder if it's an Android thing. Do you have an Android or iPhone? Shipping comes with practically everything, Karma says. Widget agree. Oh my God, totally, widget. You can plan out shows like by the day. You could say like every 5 days, every 3 days, every week. You could always do the mods, right? Karma GPK storage unit. Seriously, I thought about that, Karma, because didn't they make the cards in Pennsylvania? And I was like, I wonder if there's some. Because I'm not that far. Where in Pennsylvania did they make the cards? Because I think there probably would still be stuff like that. Shipping is a learning process here. Definitely. For jewelry, though, I think at least you probably had an advantage because a lot of smalls, I'd imagine. Instead of recreating the listing. Oh my God, Karma, you don't have to recreate the list unless you're. Hold on. Oh, okay. You're explaining to them. Yeah, you can clone. I'm missing all the chats. Let's see. Maybe on iPhone only. That's possible. What do you think? Reselling. Locker blockers get their lockers from all over the country, says iRock. Ah, Android computer. Maybe that's why. In 6 minutes when we go to the official whatnot stream, then maybe we could ask that. It's a great question because that's really important. No clear instruction on how many the bundle increments part of the profile for sure. Oh, really? Hmm. How to how many to bundle in increments? That I'd have to look into, 92. What do you? Well, you're selling things of all different sizes, right? Apple, Android, PC works the same. Yeah, they're definitely working on that. If you look at their job listings, like they're always hiring Android engineers and Android people. You sell clothes too. Yeah, clothes are kind of. I feel like they're kind of easier to price out or to ship. I mean, easier to ship. You can ask them and they will say they're working on lip service. I mean, it's tough because the people that are answering those things, they don't have. I'm assuming they don't have control over what IT is doing and what the executive team is telling people to prioritize too. Whatnot will automatically bundle everything going to the same buyer. Right. Thank you, Karma. I didn't understand the question. You're right. That's why I love when other sellers can help during this because it's hard for me to get all the info and answer it correctly. And I always try to go fast too. Definitely easier to ship clothes, comics, and cards. Much harder to ship. Cards can be easy to ship. If you have the materials for them, they can be really easy to ship. But you obviously got to be really careful shipping things like comics. You need your you need boarded and bagged cards, and you need your penny sleeves, which are in my buy now. There's a reason I put them in there. Um, great question, Roaster. The answer is yes. Not like I used to do it more when it wasn't many people on here. But if I see something in bulk, I like to buy in bulk. It's the only way I can do well, Roaster, for putting my business hat on. So if I see something in bulk and I just look at the average price per unit or whatever it is, I will take a chance on it or I'll buy it if they're giving a good deal. Like Pop CC, sometimes I'll buy stuff from him because he'll put something up there like a huge bulk lot that collectors don't want, but someone like me wants. So yes, I definitely would do that. If I could buy a huge thing of comics, I actually just bought this huge thing from Locker Blocker of some kind of trading card game. I don't even know what it was, but I was like 5 cents a card for fresh mint anime cards. I'll take a chance on that. I know that's a little crazy, but same with Garbage Pail Kids. Like if I could buy just bulk lots of those or Pokemon, we're gonna unbundle and make multiple customers. And there's people on here that have sold me huge Joe lots too. Like they don't want to deal with shipping all the little orders, so they'll just bundle something up and they'll sell it to a reseller like myself. Because usually collectors they want something specific. They don't want that whole mess to deal with. If you want to unbundle, let's see, customer services from most companies, whatnot's no different. It's poorly paid. I hear you reselling, but they do have the cool thing is they definitely have protocols for how to handle and answer all those questions. So, but I know what you mean though. A lot of those positions can be high turnover. But let's see, Carmelots, if you have a profile set up, a number of items, the bundle only bundle that profile. We got 36 seconds to go. But I get a ton of inventory on here. Oh, Roadster, so you are a seller, so you do get inventory to resell then just on another platform, you mean? If I had more time, Roadster, I definitely would be like hanging on the app more because I'm sure that I'm missing like 99% of the good deals that are happening out there. Karma says remove. Thank you, Karma. Widget, great question. Story time. My story time could take too long, but I think my story time is usually fun. I during the pandemic, it's a long story, but I started selling for my friend. Hold on, he had a huge trading card collection, and he was associated with a huge. Hold on, let's see who wins. It also looks like my name, Debbie Bass. Congratulations. What do you collect, Debbie Bass? Pokemon, sports cards. Castrate. What's up, buddy? So I started selling Joe. Joes were like the number one toy I think I played with as a kid in the 80s. I was born in '78. So I had all my Joes. I saved everything. My mom thankfully saved everything. I was really lucky. If my mom didn't save everything, I wouldn't be doing any of this right now. I don't know if that's good or bad. But so my buddy, I'll tell you the short version. He had a huge sports collection. It was during the pandemic, and he's like, why don't we, you can help me sell it. And I was looking at eBay, I was looking at Facebook and all these things, and I found Whatnot like accidentally, like just watching YouTube videos. And I saw two of the earlier guys talking about Whatnot when no one knew what it was. At least I didn't think anyone knew what it was in early 2021, January 2021. So I told him like we have to get on Whatnot. And at the time there was only 5 categories probably, and I didn't know anything about breaking. I didn't know anything about any of that, but I knew that we could sell fast. I watched other sellers like Going Twice was one of the first big sellers, and I was like amazed by what they did, and I was like, that's how we can sell fast. That's where we need to go. Our company it was called Springer Cards, and the eBay company that he's part of is called Springer Mountain Sports Cards, which is one of the most reputable sports card sellers of PSA slabs on eBay, like bar none, like the best, but that people don't really know as much about. So it was much harder to get on Whatnot then. You needed that credibility, and he had the credibility, so we were able to get on. And I went on his Springer Cards with him. Our first show was actually sports memorabilia because no one was doing sports memorabilia at the time. We were one of the first ones to do sports memorabilia. This is a long way to get to the Joe's part. And if you watch the show Golden Auctions, you might have seen the two Robbies, father and son. We, my buddy's friends with them, and their shop is 15 minutes from us. So our first show was at their shop. It was awesome. We did a mystery show, and so then we were just selling collectibles and cards, and I was doing breaks, and I was stuck in the house really. I wasn't going anywhere, so I was just doing breaks all the time. And then I just went on and started doing other things. Like they didn't have an action figure category, that I remember. So I just started selling my action figures. I started selling all my stuff from my childhood, and then Whatnot reached out and asked me if I could get more. And I started to do GI Joes, and then the category came out, and then I got this small following. I think I saw one of my first shows on video. So I started selling them, and then the feedback from the Joe guys was so good that I had to keep doing it. They were just like, "Can you keep doing this?" Whatnot was supporting me to keep doing it, and then the Joe collectors were. I remember when I realized I needed to keep doing it was Thanksgiving break, and they were like, "Where are you? We need not." And this is not on me. They're like, "We plastic crack dealer, where are you?" Because there was no one else doing Joes, and the Joe collectors know what I'm talking about, or maybe pops or whatever collectors. They enjoyed it, and it was fun. It was social. They were meeting friends. So I started doing Joe shows every night at 10 o'clock, and that's how I grew my channel actually, because of consistency. Every single night at 10 p.m. you could expect me to be on for like months, maybe a year. It was a hard grind to do, but I ended up selling like 10,000 GI Joes in less than a year, I guess, or in a year. It was pretty wild. So that's my long answer for how I started selling Joes. I just started buying every GI Joe lot I could find, and I was buying them well. And a lot of it was help. Most of it was help from the community, like telling. I learned from the community as I went on. Like I didn't know about cracked elbows. I didn't know about all sorts of stuff. So I just kept learning as I went and learning from the community of these collectors that have been doing this forever. They know what to look for, and then I started to be more discerning about the Joes I brought and the quality of lots I used to bring on. I never created anything at auto defaults about. Okay, I'm way behind on the. You collect on eBay, just do it to collect for free. Nice. I'm way behind on the chats here, but that was a great question. Let's see. Oh, Karma, great point. Karma, nobody knows about Whatnot right now, right? Nobody. It's so early. It's ridiculous. Like I don't think we talk about that enough. Like when I mention what Whatnot is, they don't even understand what live selling is or what this is. Like maybe the youngest generation understands because of Twitch and they grew up with live streaming, but the majority have no idea what this is. It's so early and it's so addictive as a buyer, nanny poo. I'm catching up. They will when it's too late. It feels like it's gonna get so much bigger. I had to start selling because I bought way too much. I love that. Okay, I knew it was a great thing. I immediately had to get on board as a seller. Definitely Karma. It was so much harder, Karma, in the beginning. I didn't really get all the details because I'd talk forever. It was 5,000 seller waitlist at the time. It was hard to get on. Understandably, they didn't have the room or the capacity to have all those sellers, and there was a new app. Like there was glitches like crazy. I'm a new buyer, also so addictive and good stuff. Yeah, I've seen this thing with buying where it's like buy, and then I guess at some point people kind of burn out and they take a break from the app for whatever reason, and then they come back slowly. That's always seems. The Toy Man, 250 straight shows? I don't think I did that many. What's up, the Toy Man? Did you do 250? You might have. Guys, check out the Toy Man also. Also, an old school seller on here like myself, probably been selling almost as long as I have, I think. Pretty close, right? 2021 as well. It's going to be a lot harder to get in as a seller one day. I was lucky to get in. That's a good point, Karma. I was wondering about that. A lot of sellers were complaining when it got too easy to become a seller. And I was kind of this anomaly in that world too, because I wasn't a toy shop. I wasn't a big collector. I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't on social media or anything. And just kind of made my own thing. It's kind of weird. Star Wars. Oh my God. I don't see the context of Star Wars, but Star Wars became something that I started to do. I love doing Star Wars, by the way. Cass knows that. I got this huge collection because one of the Joe guys put me onto it, and I just bought this monstrous collection of Star Wars, not knowing what was in there really, and Transformers. And I remember sending the picture, and the toy man was like, "You just got a gold mine of weapons," and it was sick. When I started, there was maybe four. Yeah, Karma GPK is definitely up and coming for sure. I've noticed that as well. You're definitely that's cool. You're early on in that. I kind of just jump onto each category and try every category. I've literally tried probably more categories than anyone. I've probably tried almost every category at some point. Not shoes or anything like that, or some of the newer ones, but the general stuff, you know. eBay on Twitch. I used to say eBay on crack, or eBay meets QVC to people, you know, of a different generation. That happens to me. I took a break from buying. Yep, Arsenal, exactly. We're gonna. Oh, I caught up. Storage unit finds. I love storage unit finds category. When that came out, it was like an all-encompassing ADHD category for me that I didn't have to. I could sell all the stuff that I had and not just Joe's. So there's pluses and minuses for that, of course. But by the way, the first thing we started talking about in the clickbait, or as I would like to say, tap bait. I don't know. Clickbait's out of style now. It's tap bait, right? But is the whole thing about that, if you missed it, was cigarette smoke. If you're a seller and you send something to a buyer that smells like cigarette smoke, you shouldn't be selling on any platform. That was what the clickbait was. That was the topic. That's what not to do on Whatnot or any platform at all. If you are selling smoky stuff, stop. I just want my first storage unit, but it was not the best. Yeah, I can't imagine IROC having to do with the storage units. That's like a whole other job. You have to also be a junk person too and trash stuff. But if you can find the gold in there, I like the idea of selling from the storage unit, which people obviously do. I think that adds to it so much because especially if you're just opening everything up and going through it, it'll get people really excited to hang out. The more categories you explore, the more followers you attain. Explore different categories. Chat. I agree with Karma 100%. I mean, I've done women's clothing. I was probably one of the first diecast when it came out. I probably was the first one to try that almost. Sports memorabilia, Pokemon. I mean, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, but if you have stuff to sell, also you can learn from other sellers too. Comics, like I've learned so much from shoe sellers that I never would have thought about. Storage units give me anxiety. You have to immediate disposal for all the disgusting stuff. Yeah, McClunky. The gloves and a lot of like you need PPE. More categories. Okay. Got the most valid coins. Interesting. Coins is an interesting category to me. But I have been stuck in comics lately. I don't know how to break out of it. I mean, comics can go across other categories too. You could definitely put comics into the storage unit if you have more items, you know, to combine that. I think, or sell them as a bundle if you have too many comics. If that's what you meant. Nothing. People love those short boxes, and they'll just buy that stuff quickly if you find the right collector for those. All right, I think we got a raid. Let's go raid. I could keep talking all day, but I got to go sell myself. I got to go start my show later when I get to the other warehouse. So guys, thanks so much. I was only going to talk about the sending smoky items, and it turned into, I think, a lot cooler stuff. Hopefully you guys agree. Make sure that you follow here. I'll be doing more of these. Do me a favor, subscribe to YouTube. There's some fun stuff on there. My lives are on there. Because the lives on here, they end up going away after, I think, 90 days. Lives are on there. Some silly stuff's on there. Some collector interviews. And I'm going to make it better. Only talk about everything. Exactly, Hal. That's all I do. Or you could, Hal knows how easy it is for me to change subjects in a heartbeat. And we were talking about Harold Baines and why he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame the other night. And then I'm talking about, who knows, Rutherford B. Hayes as the president. What was the deal with garbage pail kids using him on their cars? All right, I'm done. Thank you guys for the, good luck, guys. The bids, buy, well, there's no bids and buys, just the BS. I always end the show with thanks for the bids, buys, and BS, but just thanks for the BS, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Seriously, like the 22 of you or 21 of you took the time just to hang in my stream. That means a lot. And let's go raid the real Whatnot sellers. And hope you guys put the good word out for me as well when you get there. Got right? Yes, thank you, Set Reselling. Appreciate you guys, and see ya. Raid time. Raid. Enjoy. See ya.